Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montavilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Baby Lock Soprano. In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean and maintain your machine. So to start with, we want to unthread the machine, and whenever you unthread your machine, make sure you cut your thread here, make sure your presser foot's up, and pull the thread out at the needle area. That's important because you want your thread going towards the needle, not away. So no more grabbing that spool and pulling it out backwards through your machine, because that can cause the lint to build up in your tension disc. So remember, snip, pull out that extra bit of thread. Okay, now we first want to take out our needle, and to do that, you're going to use the lockout key. Now when I push this, it says to put the presser foot down. So I'm going to do that, push that again, and now no matter what button I push, it's not going to start sewing. It's safe that way, and so we can get our needle out of there. So we want to take the needle, make sure that that's out of the way, and also if you haven't changed your needle for a while, or you can feel that there's a bit of a burr on the end of that, you want to make sure that you take and discard that needle in a safe place like a pill bottle or something and put a new needle in. You do have needles that come with your machine, a little set of needles, so you can use those. And when those needles get used up, make sure you buy good quality needles. I would recommend either Classe or Schmetz. Those are both good brands of needles to use in your machine. And I like the 80 or 80-12 size as a good size to use. You can get them finer or thicker as you choose, but 80-12 is my favorite size. Okay, now I'm going to take it out of lockout for now because without the needle in the way, I don't really need to worry about that. But when I put the needle back in, I'm going to need to do the lockout again. So you notice how I took that foot off? Let me show you that again. There's a little lever right back here. You push that forward towards yourself, and the foot just falls right off. To put the foot back on, line up the stitch hole in the foot with the stitch hole in the needle plate, lower your presser foot, and it goes right back on. But for cleaning purposes, we're going to put that out of the way, put that in there where it's safe. Okay, and then we take off the accessory tray. That's important because we're going to take off the plastic part of the needle plate. We don't need to take off the metal part, but the plastic part comes right off like that. Also, when this is off, it also acts like a lockout. So with this off, we don't need to do this right here. And make sure you take out your bobbin. Here's where we take out the bobbin case. Take your cleaning brush that you have in your accessories and clean your bobbin case on all sides really well. Then you want to clean out any lint that's in the machine. There's a little bit of lint in there from a little bit of sewing that I did. And now I'm cleaning right in here. This is I don't know if you can see that, but this is the cutter mechanism, and I see a little bit of thread in there. Let me get that out. So this is your chance to visually inspect the cutter mechanism to make sure, and any thread pass, to make sure there's no little bits of thread in there. You can use your vacuum cleaner, the hose attachment, and just brush it as you go. That's a really good way to do it. But I'm cautioning you to not use canned air. I personally have had bad experience with that. First of all, it blows stuff further back in your machine and doesn't really clean it out. Secondly, though, and this is the part that I had problems with, if you spray it long enough, it starts spraying frost. It's just something about the propellant. It starts spraying frost on whatever you're spraying, and frost is moisture. You don't want moisture in your machine. So no canned air, okay? So brush it out. Usually brushing it out is all I really need to do because you want to get that clean, especially if you've done anything where you've sewn fuzzy fabric like flannel or quilt batting or something like that. After you're done with that project, take the little plate off, take the bobbin case out, clean that, and clean in your hook area. Now, to put this back in, this little knob right here needs to go next to that stopper right there. It needs to go to the left of it. Also, this little white mark is going to line up with that little white mark, and you'll know that it's in the right place. This part here, since this stays stationary and the metal part that it sits on circles around, you need to make sure that they are flat with each other. I'm going to just slide that right in there like that. I rock it side to side a little bit just to make sure it's nice and flat. See, that's easy to take out and put back in. So no excuses here. Take care of your machine. It'll take care of you. So let's put this back together. And with the presser foot off of there and the needle off of there, it's easy to clean. And you can even clean around the feed dogs a little bit too. That might be a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to put the needle back in, but I'm going to do my lockout. Here, first of all. There we go. And this needle is still good, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back in. When you put your needle in, the flat side needs to go towards the back of the machine. Now I'm going to use this special tool. I could also hold it with my fingers, but I prefer to use this little tool. It's actually a brush that you can get with a Baby Lock serger, but we sell these separately here. It has on the end of it a needle inserter, so this acts like a handle for your needle. So poke that right down there where it would be sewing, and it goes straight up right behind the number 6. See the number 6 right there? That 6 is there for threading purposes. Tighten this up by hand, then take your screwdriver and tighten it a little bit more. It's important to tighten it more than just finger tight because you want your needle to stay put. And when you're putting it in there, this is going to help make sure that the needle's all the way up to the little stopper inside. That's important. If it hangs down a little bit, you could end up damaging your machine. So make sure it's all the way up to the stopper. Great little tool to have. Okay, and I'm going to put the foot back on. So I like to hold it front and back this way so I can kind of see where it is. Line it up just right, put that down like that. So that's basic maintenance on your machine. And you can maintain it pretty quickly and easily. I suggest if you sew, say every day, you should probably do this once a week. And of course, after the fuzzy projects, do it right away. If you only sew a couple times a week, maybe once a month is good enough. Probably do it a little more often than you think you need to. That'll give you an idea of how often you need to do it. If it's been a really long time, before you sew anything else, maintain your machine. So, quick and easy. Enjoy your machine. We have lots of other videos you can watch on this machine and on other machines here at Montavilla Sewing Center. If this has been a helpful video, give us a thumbs up. And if you have comments or questions, you can leave those in the area down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.